and welcome to episode 14 of the Golf Front Podcast. My name is Brett Bevilacqua. I'm a realtor with Carolina Property Sales in Southern Pines, North Carolina. This week, we head down the road to one of the oldest courses in the area, Southern Pines Golf Club. In my opinion, no one person has done more for golf in the Sandhills than Donald Ross. He has designed or redesigned at least 9 courses in the Sandhills and built a template for all those who have come after him. Pinehurst 1, 2, 3, and 4, Mid Pines, Pine Needles, Sanford Golf Club, Stryker Golf Club, and Southern Pines Golf Club. Opened in 1906, Southern Pines Golf Club is a par 71, a very manageable 6,354 yards from the tips, and just under 6,100 yards from the white tees. It has a friendly rating of 70.2 and a slope of 129 from the back, with a rating of 68.9 and 126 from the white tees. It has Bermuda fairways and bent greens, but all of that is going to change. Pine Needles and Mid Pines purchased Southern Pines Golf Club last year. With the help of golf course designer Kyle France, they are bringing back the course to its former glory, and dare I say, maybe beyond. False fronts are being added to a number of greens, some greens are being enlarged, others are going to be smaller. Hundreds of trees are being removed, which should bring more wind into play, but more importantly, the course will drain and dry out much faster. Last but certainly not least, they are adding bunkers, a lot of bunkers, some large and many deep. I am not sure if they are adding yardage, I can't tell, but this course will easily be a few strokes tougher. I would never do this, but I would recommend getting out there during the construction just to get a gander at the teams of workers reshaping this classic course. If that isn't your thing, they estimate the bulk of work will be complete by September 2021. The first hole is a medium-length par 4 that feels short because it is entirely downhill. The fairway is wide, and this is one of the easiest holes on the course. They have added a bunker in the right rough that will probably only affect big hitters off the tee. The green is aggressively sloped from back to front. The second is a par 5 that isn't even 500 yards from the back. Plus, if you hit your drive over 225 yards, you'll get a decent roll on the fairway as it slopes down into a valley. The elevated green makes getting there in 2 a little tricky, and bunkers left and right of the green will make you pay if you are offline. The green has sort of a bowl up front, which makes for quite an adventure with your putter going back to front or vice versa. The third is a longer downhill par 3 with a pair of bunkers on the left of the green and one on the right. I've been hooking my irons lately and noticed that the left side apron kicked me back onto the green. The green slopes back to front and is fairly quick but not unmanageable. The fourth is one of those holes you can rip a drive 300 yards down the middle of the fairway and still end up with a double bogey. This hole consistently gives me trouble, and at just 370 from the white tees, feels like a whole heck of a lot more. The green is located atop a steep incline surrounded by bunkers. Another bowl up front, and there is a lot of slope to this green. When I played, there were flags around the green showing where they were going to enlarge this green. This will be one tough hole when construction is complete. The silver lining, they have removed a bunch of trees along both sides of the fairway. The fifth is the only par 5 on the front and isn't as daunting as the scorecard would lead you to believe. It has a slight bend to the left, and the fairway is level for about the first 125 or so yards, but after that runs downhill all the way to the green. If there hasn't been rain in the forecast, you can get a decent run with your drive and have a shot at reaching the green in 2. There are 2 bunkers to the right of the green and 1 to the left. The green again is sloped pretty aggressively from back to front. Still, this is a birdie opportunity. According to the handicap, the over 400-yard par 4-6 is the most difficult hole on the course. But I don't see it that way. The 4th and the 12th give me infinitely more trouble each and every time I play this course. There is a large bunker in the fairway in front of the green that looks like it will be expanded, and the green will also be enlarged, adding much more slope. The 7th is a great hole, a medium-length par 3 that plays about a club more than the yardage indicates. There is a trap front left of the green. It is not impossible to escape, but should be avoided if you like pars. The green will be much larger, and they are adding yet another false front. It looks like if you roll off the front of the 7th green, you could run down the fairway and even down a steep bank into some deep rough. There also looks like everything to the right of the green will be bunker, but only time will tell. The 8th demands you keep your tee shot to the left due to bunkers and trees just off the right side of the fairway. This, along with 7, are really my 2 favorite holes on the course. There are bunkers to the left that look reachable from the tee, but that's really just a mirage. I really do enjoy that about Donald Ross courses. There are numerous shots where you second guess your yardage. There are a pair of bunkers on either side of the green. I continually hit my approach shot over the green, and it appears there may be some more hazards coming to the backside. The 9th is a medium-length par 3 over water, though that should not be much of a factor as there is plenty of fairway for a par 3 in front of the green. There are 3 deep bunkers front left, and though small, they seem to be easy to find. The green is deceptive and you don't really seem to notice the back to front slope until you are putting. They will be adding a false front to this green, which will make the 9th immeasurably more difficult when the pin is up front. The 10th isn't all that tough as it is one of the shorter par 4s. It looks drivable from the tee, but again, a bit deceptive. The fairway narrows as you approach the elevated green, and the deep bunkers both right and left of the green are not your friends. The 11th is the shortest par 4 on the course, 315 from the tips. It is a dogleg right with water off to the right and sand between the fairway and the water. It is makeable off the tee thanks to a downslope for the last 30 to 40 yards of fairway and a bank in the left rough that will kick all but most errant shots back to the fairway, or better yet, on the green. The 12th is long, wide, and over 400 yards from the whites. The green is off to the left, but you are better off in the center or right side of the fairway for your approach shot. The 13th plays 400 from the back and a little less from the whites. It is straight away with the last 130 yards all downhill, and that makes the 13th feel considerably shorter. There are a number of mounds in the fairway and rough in front of the green. A lot of trees have been removed, and if there is wind, this part of the course is now so open that it will really affect your shot and club selection. The 14th is a medium length and slightly uphill par 3. It isn't especially long, but you will probably need to club up. The green is sort of two-tiered. If the pin is up front and you are on the back of the green, it will take 2 excellent putts to steal a par. This is another green that will be significantly larger in the near future, and that isn't going to make this hole any easier. The 15th is a short par 5, and like the 13th, there are a number of mounds just before the green in the fairway and the rough. The difference is, this time you are going uphill instead of downhill. I thought it would be easy to get there in 2, but I left my tee shot a little short and couldn't get there with a perfectly struck 5-wood that I thought would have been more than enough club. They are adding a significant number of bunkers in the fairway about 60 yards short of the green and all around the green itself. 15 will no longer be an easy par. The very short par 4 16th was once a very easy hole and now will be toughened up with an extensive bunker complex left of the green. The lip they are building on the green side of the bunker looks frightening. To the right of the green, a very aggressively sloped grass pot bunker. The 17th is a long par 4 that is also getting quite a few more bunkers down the right side of the fairway, where there were none in 2020, and from one bunker to the left of the green to about a half a dozen now. It is spectacular looking. The 18th is an interesting finishing hole. It bends to the left as the fairway gradually rises all the way to an elevated and bunker-protected green. As with 17, they have added a half a dozen more bunkers along the fairway and around the green. The approach shot will require about a half a club more than the yardage indicates. Though the 18th is fairly wide open, it feels very narrow on your approach. I was able to play Southern Pines Golf Club for $43 thanks to a GolfNow.com special, and it was worth every penny, even with the current construction on the course. To play a Donald Ross course for less than $100 is a treat. To pay less than $50 is a gift. As I said at the beginning of the podcast, this course was purchased by the owners of Pine Hills and Mid Pines. There will be a lot of work through the first 3 quarters of 2021, and once again, I expect the finished product to be spectacular. As is, or was, Southern Pines Golf Club is a lovely course. No one has ever had a bad thing to say about it. I could play it over and over again, but when the restoration is complete, don't be surprised if it is another course in the Sandhills that is ranked in the top 100. For more information, go to southernpinesgolfclub.com or give them a call at 910-692-6551. One thing about Southern Pines Golf Club I glossed over, there aren't any homes on the course. I wonder if that changes once the construction is complete. That being said, the course is just a few blocks from downtown Southern Pines, which isn't golf front, but such a fun community with plenty of restaurants and shops. Want to learn more about homes in Southern Pines or anywhere else in the Sandhills? Give me a call at 845-365-3665 or send an email to brett@hmpfilms.com, and I will be able to show you all the area has to offer, and maybe we can also play a little golf. Once again, I'm Brett Bevilacqua with Carolina Property Sales. Next week, another Donald Ross course, Pine Needles.